John, welcome to the Pod Bay
Well,
Door.
thank you.
John and Jamie are here to help you through some of the pitfalls of Las Vegas and the rest of the being a human being. John, I thought we'd catch up on a couple of questions. We haven't done that in a while.
Yeah.
I always like to acknowledge our listeners. First, a big hello to all the Aussies and Kiwis out there.
Yes.
We get a tremendous number of comments and hellos from down under, and I don't know if they like to hear that, down under, but they are down under. They love to say hi, and we love to say hi back. We appreciate everything that they do, and all of our listenership there. So hello, everybody down there. Absolutely.
Yes, great.
A couple of questions for actually two for John, one for me. I'll do mine first. Johnny Noom 5. Again, it's probably Johnny Mnemonic, the movie, Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, it was also a story.
Yes.
William Gibson.
Was it really?
Yeah, he wrote
I wasn't aware of that.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. A good film. I enjoyed it. Ice-T. But a strange version of the technology. But question from Johnny Noom 5. Do the T-shirts come in multi-X sizes? And yes. Currently on our Facebook page, which I'll make sure to post that. It's at PBD Podcast on Facebook. We had one of our listeners post him wearing the shirt.
You look great in it.
And he did. The shirt, and he looked fantastic. And yes, they do come in multi-X sizes and up to 3X. So I don't have anything beyond that. But if you are 3X and below, we have a shirt for you, so let us know. And the way to get those, we've extended the T-shirt and the mousepad thing. Go to iTunes, and if you would, give us a 5-star review and tell us how you love us. And we will send you a T-shirt and or a mousepad. Just let me know. But up to 3X on the T-shirts. And the T-shirts have our logo on there, Pod Bay Door Show. It's the HAL eye. I don't know if people know that. It's from the movie 2001 and 2010 A Space Odyssey, and it's the red eye in the background, and with a microphone. And on the back is our .com. Okay, John, this one's for you.
All right.
Campbell K.
Yes.
Off of Podbean, our service provider there. John. Can Vegas be fun for an over 40 non-gambler?
Oh, I think so.
Yeah.
I don't gamble. I have in the past because it was a novelty to come here and do that. But you don't do that. I mean, that's something that you can come and do and try for an hour.
Yeah.
And then what are you going to do the rest of the weekend?
Right.
For this town, particularly if you haven't been here, there's a lot of things to see, of course. The hotels are not just hotels, they're tourist attractions.
Right.
So yeah, you can look at that and see what the big deal is. Wow, look at that. They have a canal on the with shops around it.
Yeah.
That's pretty neat. You don't see that every place. And then, of course, there's the restaurants and the bars. There's that to do. If you're more of a nature type, of course, I mean, hey, if you have a rental car, there's Valley of Fire, there's Red Rock Canyon. If you're in the historical aspects of Nevada, there's all kinds of places to go. And we even remember as a concierge, you even went on, what was it, a silver mine?
Yes.
Yes, that was really cool. There's Lake Mead. You can go
cool.
jet skiing there.
Yeah.
You can see where Tommy Lee and
Pam Anderson
made the infamous
Yes.
porn video.
Echo Lake.
Echo Lake, yes.
Yeah. Echo Bay.
Echo
Sorry,
Bay.
Echo Bay.
Yeah.
Yes. Which is it's out there still. You can still find that horrible video. No, I totally agree, Campbell K, with John. There are a lot of things to do besides gambling, thankfully. I know that a lot of the fellow Las Vegas podcasters, they love to talk about gambling. John and I have always said we're not gamblers ourselves, and a lot, including gambling, a lot of Las Vegas tends to be, you have to be creative, I think, when you come to Las Vegas, and you have to prepare. You can still come without a plan and have a great time, But I think nowadays, like most vacations, you need to plan a bit.
Yeah, there's also the shows. I haven't even mentioned that.
Oh yeah,
You
the
know,
shows.
there's the elaborate ones, and there's the ones that I like tend to be the B level or C level ones, just because I don't know. There's just something more homey about those.
Yeah, I mean, gambling is gambling, and if you're semi-pro or pro, people come here, often try to make a little money and have fun, and some people love the gambling aspect of it. To me, you're right. A lot of Vegas, including gambling, is like like the Vacation, Chevy Chase's movie, where
Yeah,
they roll up to the Grand Canyon, they look at it, and then they get back in the car.
yeah.
There's a lot of just really quick views, like, oh, it's Caesars, how great, and then, oh, it's the Venetian, how great. But no, I think you need to be creative nowadays to Vegas. And like I said a few podcasts back, there are some museum exhibits, there are shows, hardworking folks in both of those areas, and they deserve the patronage. Shows are really struggling now.
Yeah.
Most everything seemingly is connected to Cirque du Soleil, but there are wonderful shows out there. At Planet Hollywood, there are Motown reviews, there's Absinthe, there's Vegas the Show. Honestly, if you want to see something that is just the fun, campy Las Vegas, go to Planet Hollywood. Not Planet Hollywood. Planet Hollywood.
It is Planet Hollywood.
Yeah, sorry. Go to their show venue, and they have, God, I think it's 11 shows now. And there's going to be something. It's campy, it's fun. You get a couple of drinks, and go to the Late Show, and then you see a lot of boobies and bad language.
Yeah. And that's what I miss also, is that, Las Vegas, the hotels are a lot like the whole Keeping Up with the Joneses.
Yes.
Hey, they got a Cirque du Soleil show and it's doing really well, so then I want one. And then everybody's got one, and then it's just like, okay, you've seen one. I mean, I know you haven't seen them all, but yeah, you have.
Right.
In some ways, you have.
Right,
and
exactly.
they go into these cycles. It was the Folies Bergère before. Everybody had to have one of those. Yeah. And it was great because those were the showgirls. That's what Las Vegas was known for. Yeah. And then that evolved, or it morphed, or it just degenerated, and then, back when we were concierge, the magic was big again.
Yes.
So everybody had a magic show. Now nobody does.
I know.
There is none. I think David Copperfield.
Yeah, Copperfield swings through at the MGM every once in a while. He still has
in between lawsuits.
Yeah. He was a pioneer when it came to sexual harassment. He was well before this Me Too movement.
Yes.
And he still has his warehouse here where he keeps most of his and he does his research here. Yeah. But yeah, he'll swing through MGM. Lance Burton, of course, is retired.
He's retired.
Melinda, First Lady of Magic, is retired.
Yes, and Siegfried and Roy, of course.
Rick
Thomas. Occasionally, like Christmas time, he'll do and he was never really. I mean, he did the afternoon show. Yeah. I'm not sure about Matt King. No, Matt King did the Comedy Magic.
Yes.
At Harrah's, it was a great show because I remember I paid $9 for an afternoon show, and it included a drink.
Exactly.
So $9 is like seeing a movie.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So there's just, it's unfortunate, but now everything is Cirque du Soleil or even at Wynn they've got Le Rêve, which is the same producer. It's not technically Cirque du Soleil.
Yes.
But it's Cirque du Soleil.
Well, even Chris Angel is his production is involved with Cirque du Soleil.
That's right.
And his choreographer actually is relatively famous from So You Think You Can Dance originally. But I'm trying to think of other magicians that have... Well, Rick Thomas was... His claim to fame, well, to me at least at the time, was he was the only other one that had white tigers.
Yes,
white
tigers.
Yes.
He had actually started out as a ballroom dancer, I think, or as a professional dancer. He looked really very graceful on stage, real tall. He's like 6'4" or something like that. I saw him one time on the street. Well, not on the street. I saw him in his car with the tigers in the back, which is something as only Las Vegas. Yes. You're going to see a guy rolling up in a pickup truck. I mean, you see him in other places. They got a German Shepherd in the back. Yeah. Now this guy's got tigers in the back. Now they're in a cage, but they're tigers. He's got white tigers in the back of his pickup. Yeah.
You know what I see nowadays? Unfortunately, Las Vegas has turned into an LA in the respect that in front of what used to be Grauman's Chinese Theater, all the street performers, and Las Vegas has turned into that. Locals don't like that. We don't like that too much. It's a little It's beyond campy, down to grungy. I mean, we love to make fun of Dirty Pikachu and Drunken Gene Simmons,
Yeah.
but it actually has become a problem. But now you'll see they have introduced boa constrictors on their shoulders and parrots on their hands.
Why
And
should you give them money? Just because they got an exotic
I don't know.
pet? You know?
I don't know. Well, technically, you see, it's a donation process.
I see.
You know, they've provided themselves as a character to take a picture, and they would like a donation. Now, the thing is that if you don't donate to them, a lot of them can be quite. Their send off will not be as positive as you think it will be.
Yeah.
Yeah, boa constrictors, parrots. What else have I seen? Monkeys. There's a monkey. However, I believe from what I read the other day, they're going to crack down on that. There's one thing. The two things they don't like are unlicensed exotic animals, and that's pretty much everywhere, but especially Vegas, and nudity. So if your costume involves nudity or is too revealing, or if you have a monkey.
Yeah. Now I saw a woman once downtown, and she was wearing like a dominatrix leather outfit and no top. She had little pasties over her nipples.
Nice.
But other than that, her tits were just flopping around in the breeze.
Yeah.
And they were nice tits,
Yeah.
but I thought, they say they cleaned up downtown. Well, come on. I mean, we're used to it here, but somebody. So if you're coming here again, leave the family, leave the kids.
Leave the kids.
Yeah, leave the kids. It's not for them. Never really.
I was in the elevator with a gentleman, and and he was quite exasperated and equally exhausted, and he had two kids, and one a little girl in his arms and a little boy, in his hand on the ground, and I said, oh my gosh, I said, what do you do with the kids here? And he said the strangest thing to me. He said, well, I'm actually a local. And he said, I bring them here to tire them out. He said, I bring them around, we walk around the casino, and we see all the sights and things like that. And he said, by the time we get home, they're exhausted, and so am I, and then we go to bed. And I'm like, wow, what an odd thing.
Yeah.
No longer just the ride in the car. Vegas is a true place for families, apparently.
Yeah. Well, sure, because walking between the distances between the hotels is pretty lengthy. I mean, there was one of the illusions. It used to annoy me when I first moved here. And I would drive and I would see the sign, and then I would miss the drive area to turn into it, just because the sign isn't where the hotel necessarily is.
Right.
And then you have that illusion,
yes.
that mirage. Oh, it's right there. And no, it's not. It's actually another quarter of a mile away.
Right.
But it's just the way that the street's set up, or whatever. It's a walk.
That being said, you're right. There is an illusion. I have a friend that told me about Disneyland. And Disney World as well, but more importantly, Disneyland. Whereas Las Vegas, even if you're in the back of the house, the hallways go forever. I mean, it takes you a long time, even if you know little shortcuts. Long damn time to get to one of the rooms, for example. Whereas Disneyland, it's actually an illusion. You're not as far from the Jungle Cruise as you think if you know how to get there correctly. And the employees, their back of the house, if you will, it is an illusion. I mean, it's just steps rather than the patrons having to go a lot longer around. They just go a couple of steps and they're exactly where the patrons are going. Yeah, but Las Vegas, there is no illusion. It's a long damn way. And MGM Grand is still if you're going to the Walk of the Stars from the main parking garage, you need to pack a lunch. I mean,
oh yes,
it's a long way.
Yeah, you remember they used to have, I don't know if they still do, but with the MGM in their parking lot, they used to have a guy drive around in a little shuttle bus to take you to the elevators.
He's gone.
Yeah.
He's gone.
You remember that we knew a guy, Benny.
Yes, Benny.
Benny did that.
Oh, Benny.
Yeah, just like they do. They have that at Disneyland, right?
Yes.
I mean, they have a little like an elephant train or something like that, and you get on it.
Right.
But they used to have a guy that did that. And the last time, it really pissed me off. I went to see the Game of Thrones concert that they had at the MGM Grand. It's the last time I was there. And they had the gall to charge me $10 for parking. And where they had me park really wasn't even close to where the MGM Grand, where the arena is. I had to get out and walk 15 minutes.
Yes.
So I thought, wait a minute. I could have parked. So Christ's sake, I could have stayed at home and taken an Uber or something,
Oh,
or Lyft almost for that.
Yeah, well, it's, I mean, Uber is taken some of the pressure off of locals and the parking charges.
Yeah.
If they can get past the running over the old blind lady.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But it's horrible. I mean, between the gaming changes and the parking, it's just awful. But the one good thing, another question, James 2. That's interesting. Said, Jamey, how is pool season really? It's coming. It's almost here. The weather isn't great right now, but the pool season is gearing up. How is it really? It's fantastic. I mean, we make fun of certain things, cabanas and the cleanliness and everything else. It's not as bad as we make it out to be. You just got to be careful. But pool season is actually pretty fun. I get to film and photograph many areas in the pools because they do a lot of their promotions there, and I do pre and after shots and so on and so forth. Poker tournaments are a strain. People love to have poker tournaments right next to the pool. They're not the most conducive areas to have a poker game. In fact, a lot of the players that are ingrained poker players don't like that. They think it's kind of silly. They'd rather be in a dark, smoky, Binion room. Yeah. But to answer your question, it's great. I mean, there's beautiful girls. I guess there's good-looking guys. The guys, their attitudes are a little much for me. But however, again, you need to plan. You need to, sometimes it's very difficult to get in. The drink prices can be double the price of an already doubled price drink.
Yeah.
And the girls are there for a lot of the girls. I would say I'm confident that 40% of the girls are being compensated to be there. Yeah. Not that they're not beautiful and great to look at and they're fun to talk to, but a lot of the guys that kind of hit me up and say, "Hey, where do I go? What do I do?" They talk about this, and I remind them it's kind of like a strip club. They're not going home with you. I don't care what line you're going to run. They're not going home. They're there more as decor. I hate to reduce them to that, but it's a lot of fun. The sights and sounds. You have to house and EDM and not a lot of rock. I mean, you'll see some pop. But house and EDM music, and it's just it's great fun, and they have games and they do all the different types of things. It's kind of like taking a cross section of a cruise and slapping it down in the middle of a hotel. It's a lot like that. And they actually have people that can stir up the audience like they do at like sitcom tapings. Yeah. It's a very interesting thing. If you've never done it, you need to do it. If you've done it, every year there's something different, and everybody it introduces a new pool, but I recommend it. It's fun.
Yeah, and also, one of the venues, I mean, they have concerts at the pool. Yes. Psycho Las Vegas, the metal show, the festival, which is this year will also be in August. Right. For 3 days. One of their stages, they have 3 stages. They use the Joint, which is the big one. Mm-hmm. Vinyl, which is their nightclub, and the third stage is the pool. Right. And although last year I didn't see any of the acts at the pool, I did see videos. I mean, shit, they had a mosh circle in the water. All right, so they have the stage set up, and they wait until it's evening. It's still really, it's August, it's hot. Yeah. So the sun starts to go down. It's still really warm out there. Yeah. Concert by the pool. I
don't know if I want to see the 60-year-old Scorpion fan wearing a Speedo, though.
No, I wouldn't want to see that either. Yeah, and I wouldn't get in the water. Yeah.
A pool mosh.
Yeah, pool mosh.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. I've not done that.
No, I
don't want to do that.
They have the wave pool though at the Mandalay Bay.
Mandalay Bay. Oh yeah. One extra item before I get to the last question for John, listener question. I had mentioned doing a show on cheating. We welcomed Julia back. That kind of postponed that. I wanted to update everybody. I'm doing a lot more research on the cheating aspect of Las Vegas. Talking to some people that I know on the eyes, and getting as much information as I can so John and I can impart that to you, including just basic ways that people cheat almost every day at the table. So I will announce when that is coming, and we'll let you know. Lastly, John, Metal Forever 96.
Yes.
I knew immediately this was for John. John, What's the metal scene really like in Vegas? I have no answer to this whatsoever. What's it like?
You know, it's a mixed bag. I think if you ask my son Gio, he'll tell you it sucks because a lot of the places.
Gio's how old?
He's 17.
Oh boy.
Now he's going to be 18 later this year,
Yes.
but a lot of the venues are either 18 and over or 21 and over, so he's kind of barred from those.
And he's sub-millennial.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I guess he was born, end of 2000. See, he's end of 2000. So
Ooh,
maybe he's
ass end of millennial,
he's on the ass end of millennials.
Is he one?
No, absolutely not.
No, okay.
But anyhow, for example, the House of Blues.
Yeah.
House of Blues here in Las Vegas, 18 and over for most of their shows. Now he wanted to see the band Cradle of Filth, and they're a metal band, more gothic metal, but they're not coming here to Las Vegas. Their tour takes them the closest they have is San Diego. Yeah. So we're going to go to San Diego because I promised this to him. I said, okay, whenever Cradle of Filth announces their tour, we'll go. Okay, well, unfortunately, they didn't come here. Instead, they went to the House of Blues. There's no age limit, the 6.
Right.
So we can go there. I don't have to try to sneak them in or something.
Okay.
So there's that aspect. You have to be over 18. The
Where'd
Brooklyn
they go?
Bowl,
Do you know what the substitution was? Instead of Vegas, they went to where?
San Diego.
Oh, San Diego.
San Diego, and a lot of the metal bands that are not really like Metallica famous will bypass Las Vegas. I'm not sure why. They'll hit Phoenix. Huh. They'll hit Albuquerque.
True Crater
yeah, right. So a band like Arch Enemy, which is pretty well known. They're pretty well known. They toured North America. They went to Portland, Sacramento, San Francisco, Los Angeles, Phoenix.
Okay.
So they skipped it. Now there are a couple places. There's the Dive Bar. That's 21 and over.
Yes.
There's also, I think it's Adrenaline. That's out in North Las Vegas.
North Las Vegas, yeah.
They will have metal acts. I mean, Goat Whore, which is a pretty prominent name. They did play at the Dive Bar.
Goat?
Yeah, Goat Whore.
Okay.
Yeah, they have a great song. If you haven't heard Bearing Teeth for Revolt, highly recommend.
Why is today's metal so downtrodden? I mean, you got Cradle of Filth and Puddle of Scum and all. I mean, what is wrong with what's wrong?
Yeah. So anyhow, but we do have Psycho Las Vegas, which are going to be more the smaller bands in the sense that, I mean, if you're really into metal scene or black metal,
right?
You're going to see a lot of bands that will only play here.
Okay.
They may not play, or their tours are going to be pretty short. A lot of these will be European.
You think that the choice to skip Vegas in one way or another is due to its, Vegas still has an incredible transient nature. You think they're concerned about ticket sales?
Yeah, I would guess. I don't know. I mean, they obviously have the venues here. They have the small venues, like I said, the Dive Bar. There's another one downtown. I can't think of the name. It's by the D. But they also have metal bands on occasion. But they have that. They have like Vinyl, which is about 1,000. The Pearl at the Palms. I saw Megadeth there, so that's 2,500.
Is that where you got your poster signed? John has a signed Megadeth.
Yes, I have a signed Megadeth poster
By the whole band?
By the whole band.
Wow.
Yes.
Now, is that the one? No, you had a great story. Maybe you retell this story, but you had a great story where you were standing. Or was that the Hard Rock?
Yes.
And looking at
the display from Gojira. Gojira is a French metal band.
Okay.
And I was there looking at their stuff. They had a display there at the Hard Rock with Gio. And all of a sudden I heard these guys talking.
Hard Rock Hotel or Cafe?
A hotel.
Hard Rock Hotel.
Because that's where Psycho Las Vegas was last year.
Gotcha.
And Gojira was performing at Psycho Las Vegas. We were there to see him. And I heard these guys speaking French behind me. And they were looking at the display too. And I could tell they wanted to have their picture there. And there were the cameras. So I moved out of the way. And I looked him over and I thought, I think that's the band. So I asked Gio, I said, that's the band, isn't it?
Yeah.
And he looked at me and said, why would they be out here looking at their own stuff? I said, because it's an honor to have your stuff on display at the Hard Rock.
Right.
It's like a museum.
It is.
And so I said, he said, well, I'm not sure about that. He's one guy's got a beard and this guy doesn't. But anyhow, it was about an hour later. He's there looking on his phone. We're in between acts. He goes, oh shit, it was them. Look, and they posted this picture on Instagram. There they were standing by their display.
That's an interesting part about Las Vegas, and may it be entertainers, singers, rock bands, celebrities of all types. When they're in, for example, Los Angeles, they are 100% the celebrity.
Yeah.
They want their blue M&Ms and they want to be coddled and everything else. When they come to Vegas, Vegas is the celebrity.
Yeah.
They're in sort of wide-eyed. They're like, oh my God, there's our stuff in the case, and I've never played craps, and there's all the lights and this and that. It's amazing how Vegas is still the biggest celebrity.
Yeah.
That's here.
Yeah.
And I think that's cool.
And I think I mentioned also when I saw Megadeth, it was before the show. They have the coffee shop there. Was it Lucky Penny?
Lucky Penny.
Yeah. So we go in there. We're gonna before the show. We're early. We'll go in there, get some coffee or something. So we're sitting there, and sure enough, in comes the bass player, Dave Ellefson,
Right.
and the guitar player.
Right.
And they sat down. They were booth right next to us.
Yeah.
And it's just like, well, because, in Las Vegas, the hotel where they're going to stay is also where they're performing. And very often you don't see that. They have to get in a limousine or a car somehow and drive to the venue. Except here, they stay here. So if you really are into that music scene, the metal scene, particularly again if it's the more obscure ones, and Psycho Las Vegas is great because you're going to see them. I saw people, bands I didn't recognize, walking around with their gear through the parking lot, with guitar cases and everything like that, or through the hotels. So you're going to see them. They're going to be.
Yeah, I mean, Vegas is very hands-on when it comes to all celebrities, and because they ultimately have to come down out of the penthouse and enjoy whatever's and all of the hotels have 5 to 25 restaurants.
Yes.
So you're going to see them. It's not like L.A. Where they have to leave the hotel to go to someplace to eat.
That's right.
But we've talked about music before, and John is absolutely more knowledgeable than I am. As far as I have a wonderful memory, but as far as a liking for music and different genres of music, I think John's got me. But I decided to make a list of some classic songs involving Las Vegas.
Oh, okay.
And I'll just start. And these are we kind of put them in. Categories of genre. I tried. There was a top 10, and I didn't put them all in there. But on the top, "Luck Be a Lady Tonight," Frank Sinatra.
Oh yes.
Now, I when I was researching each song, it is not quite assumed that the lady is that he's referring to as Shirley MacLaine.
Yeah.
I thought that was an interesting addition. I don't know. It's Luck as the lady. I think it's the lady being Las Vegas.
Yeah.
But people always tend to say it's the actress Shirley MacLaine, who was I think an honorary member of the Rat Pack back in the day.
Yeah.
But and of course John had mentioned, and I think the quintessential Las Vegas song. Now I'm not talking about where it's been in a movie and it feels you think Las Vegas, like Claire de Lune.
Yeah.
At the end of Ocean's 11. That's not a Las Vegas song, obviously,
right.
but you associate it. I'm talking about specifically Las Vegas. Viva Las Vegas.
Of course.
Mr.
Elvis.
Presley.
Yeah.
I don't think there is, like John said earlier in the pre-show, I don't think there's a bigger Las Vegas song.
No, probably not.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what everybody thinks about.
And much like the film,
and that song is shit. It's older than me, I think.
It is, which is hard to find, John.
Yeah, it's hard.
Leaving Las Vegas, Sheryl Crow. You like?
Oh, yeah. I don't think I've heard that.
I have. I think
she looks good. I saw her recently
yeah.
in a picture. She's
and I mean, she had her cancer, scare, and then beat that, and a fantastic performer. She looks fantastic.
Yeah.
She's got that fit Madonna thing going on.
Yeah.
But Leaving Las Vegas, Sheryl Crow. This one I didn't know. I don't know this artist, but I looked him up. Ooh, Las Vegas, Graham Parsons. Now, technically, if you were going to place him into a genre, Graham, Gram Parsons, as it sounds, but his genre, as it's listed on his Wikipedia, cosmic American music.
Oh.
But technically, they put him in country because there really isn't a cosmic American. He would be the only one.
Yeah.
Cosmic American music. But ooh, Las Vegas.
Haven't heard it.
Couldn't find it.
Really?
Yeah, I couldn't find.
Maybe it's in the cosmos.
I did not search iTunes. That's right. It's in the ethereal plane. It's probably in iTunes. I didn't look for that one, but another one by Clubstrophobia. No, I'm sorry, Clubstrophobia. My fault. The Clubstrophobia is a genre as well as a group.
Oh.
EDM. dance techno. It's actually trans with a Z, not a CE.
Okay.
And they have a song called Vegas. No lyrics. It's Vegas. 40 Miles to Vegas by the Southern Culture on the Skids, which is country rock. Did you know that one?
No, I didn't. I like the name.
Southern Culture on the Skids. Been around a long time. 40 Miles to Vegas. And on the blues side, these are all in the top 10, basically. She Moves Like Vegas by Lucky Lee. Older blues song, but he's been around a while. Now, moving on, we're getting no metal.
No,
John
I'm
asked me,
surprised.
and I said no.
No, the
not
closest
really.
I could even think of was a song that AC/DC did back. And I had to think about this. This was 1978, I think.
Yeah.
It was an album that they came out with called Powerage.
Yes.
And it was the last album with Bon Scott.
Okay.
I believe it was the last album. Bon Scott died in 1980, I think, or thereabouts.
Yeah.
So I think Powerage was their last album with Bon Scott, and he sang that song called Sin City.
Right.
Now they don't say Las Vegas, but it very well could be Las Vegas.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know.
But okay, we're gonna go alternative.
All right.
My least. Hey everybody, catch up with us next week for part 2 of this episode. Thanks to everyone listening and watching. You can catch the Pod Bay Door on the Podbean app or any of your favorite podcast apps, including iTunes, Google Play, TuneIn, and Stitcher Radio. You can watch the show on our YouTube channel at the Pod Bay Door Podcast. Please download, like, and subscribe. Our social connectivity screen is coming up. Check in with us on Facebook, Twitter, and WordPress. The Pod Bay Door is closed and talent is out. Hey everybody, thank you very much for tuning into the show. We would love to hear your show suggestions and comments. If you are watching on our YouTube channel, please click to subscribe. You can also connect with us on Facebook using @PBD Podcast, on Twitter using @TPBD Podcast, and on WordPress at thepodbaydoor.wordpress.com.